morning, Columbus. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's daily dose of digital Torah inspiration here at Sinai Studios, Judaism Today. Imagine your life's work goes up in flames before your very eyes. Imagine you've worked so hard on something, you've put in your blood, sweat, and tears to accomplish something, and it crumbles. A great artist who's worked for years on a beautiful painting and then ink spills on it. Or a deal that you've invested everything you have into, and at the last second someone pulls out. In life we have these moments. In this week's Parsha, one of the greatest moments of Moshe's leadership expresses itself. And that is the breaking of the luchos, when Moshe breaks the luchos, the tablets. Why does Moshe break the tablets? The Jews sinned with the golden calf. And although they had worked so hard to be liberated from Egypt and to become God's chosen people and enter into a covenant with God through the Ten Commandments, when Moshe saw that they built the golden calf and were worshiping idols, he saw his life's work go up in flames. He knew that they couldn't no longer have that bond. He knew the luchos, this great symbol of God's connection with the Jewish people, was no longer, and it had to be destroyed. And he didn't know what would happen next. God was saying he was going to destroy the Jewish people. At that moment in time when Moshe breaks them, for all he knows, it could be all over. It's a tragic moment in that. And yet, unbelievably, the Torah extols Moshe for this act. The Talmud says, Yasher koyach sheshibarta, that Moshe got a shkoyach. He was lauded by God for breaking it. And not only that, the last verses in the entire Torah, which talk about how incredible a leader Moshe was, it says on all the great deeds Moshe did before the eyes of Israel, La'enei kol Yisrael, the very last thing the Medrash says Moshe is praised for was for breaking the luchos. And this speaks to the courage of a leader. Because really it's not that Moshe's life's work went up in flames. But Moshe was willing to put them in the fire. Moshe himself made the conscious decision that the only way to move forward was to break them. And that sometimes in order to grow, we need to take a few steps back. And sometimes the way things were going, they're just not working, and we need to recalibrate and reconsider. This was simultaneously the greatest failure of the Jewish people and the most courageous, heroic act of leadership that Moshe ever did. Because he knew that the Jews could not go on with God as they had before. He knew that relationship, embodied in the luchos, in the tablets, had to be destroyed and reconstituted, because life would never be the same in the aftermath of such a horrendous sin. And so Moshe has the courage to do what few leaders do. They said, you know what? We're in the 11th hour, we're going to tear it up, and we're going to start from the beginning. Sometimes in life, we need to have the courage to start from the beginning. But when we recognize that, and we embrace that, that could be our finest moment. Have a great day. I hope you enjoyed that episode of Judaism Today. If you did, please make sure to follow us on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube, or check into our podcast wherever podcasts are listened to. And we look forward to hearing from you more.